What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. So, I caught the later episode after Showtime boxing, Chris Arreola, Seth Mitchell, first round knockout. After that, they aired or re aired the All Access Floyd Mayweather versus Saul Canelo Alvarez. And I watched that episode 3. And it's a good show. It looks like I'm definitely amped up for the fight September 14th. A hell of a fight card. One of the best in the last 5 years, last decade, if not ever, whatever. It's a great fight card. I thought Manny Pacquiao versus Marquez 4 turned out to be an awesome fight. I was initially wasn't stoked about seeing them fight for the fourth time, but I did watch that fight live, and to me, the fight card, the undercards were just duds to me. Gamboa didn't look good, and yeah, just the undercards. I was so bored. I was like, damn, when is Marquez and Pacquiao about to fight? Because I was so bored. But I don't see how we could really fail with this particular fight card. You have Ishe Smith, Carlos Molina, Danny Garcia, Lucas Matisse, and then you have Floyd Mayweather versus Canelo. As far as All Access, I'm really liking it. I think the cinematography is great. They replaced Common, the rapper, with some other random narrator sounding dude, and he's doing a good job. They're making it intriguing. They're showing different elements of both fighters. They're balancing the time. It's not like the Mayweather show or the Canelo show. They're showing aspects of both fighters' life, and to me, I'm just ready to see the fight. Even if they didn't have All Access, I'd be ready to see the fight. But it is building my excitement and anticipation. As far as episode 3, first of all, let me start off by saying the food that they showed on this episode looked fucking delicious. I don't know if it's the food episode. I'm greedy. I just like a lot of food. I'm a big dude, and the food looked great. I was like mouth watering. I have a French bread pizza in the oven right now. That's how fucking hungry I am while I make this video. But the food looked great. They showed Canelo and his trainer. They were grilling some carne asada, and it looked delicious. And then also Mayweather had his personal chef at his mansion, and she was making some food that looked delightful as well. So throughout the episode, I was getting teased with great looking food. Aside from that, it was good to see the contrast because you have two fighters, but they're at complete polar opposites of the spectrum. You have Canelo, who is a fighter who's pretty much probably too big for 154, but he's young enough to make it, and he's having to cut his weight. So they were showing his plate, and it looked pretty scarce. It was mostly vegetables. They had like sliced cucumbers. They weren't giving him too much fattening things. He was eating fish. It looked like he was getting tired of the bland food, but more or less he was dieting. Then you have a guy like Floyd Mayweather, who's not a huge welterweight, and he's going up to a catch weight of 152 to fight Canelo. So he's eating like macaroni and cheese, cornbread, and barbecue chicken, and looked like hella shit that his personal chef cooked up. And he's eating at awkward times, late at night, times where the food sits on you and kind of stores as fat. Later on the evening, like if you guys know anything about fitness, to eat really late, that's when it's most impactful in terms of gaining weight, just because your body is almost in a dormant stage where it's getting ready to rest. That's why they have like the protein, casein proteins and different stuff like that, slow digesting things. Anyway, so they're at different spectrums. Mayweather's trying to gain weight because he's a smaller fighter, and Canelo's trying to lose weight because he's a bigger fighter. So I thought that was an interesting to compare and contrast the two. I also like how they're showing Canelo in his personal life. He was on the iPad and he was Skyping or on FaceTime with his daughter, and he said he doesn't like for her to be on camera. He's obviously a huge superstar, and that's respectable. He doesn't want her face broadcasted and that kind of thing. But it was just good to see that engagement with him and his daughter, and it goes to show you how mature Canelo is. Canelo is a young fighter. I think he just turned 23, and he already has a kid. He had a kid early in life, and he already has a lot of responsibility. He has a whole country behind him that he has to put on for, and he has a kid, and I mean he's like one of the younger faces of boxing. So it's good to see that angle. They also spoke on last week's episode where Ellerby said that Team Canelo in negotiations proposed the catch weight of 152, and they said if they're dumb enough to do it, why should we not take them up on their offer? Canelo and his team, they were getting pissed off saying that's a lie. It never happened. Mayweather was the one that wanted Canelo to come down in weight. Um, Obviously, the people who are anti Mayweather or anti Canelo, you're just going to take the other person's side. We really don't know what happened because I could see both ways. I could see Mayweather seeing a young fighter who rehydrates to 170 plus pounds and saying, I'm the king of the crop and I want him to come down and I dictate the show, I control it or whatever, just to power play him or whatever. But I could also see Team Canelo, in order to secure the fight and to negotiate to try to bait Mayweather, have a catch weight that more or less favors him because it's still closer to what Canelo's natural fighting weight has been, which is 154. It's only 2 pounds shy of that, whereas Mayweather has to come up in 5 pounds. So it still benefits the younger, strong fighter who's only 2 pounds away from their normal fighting weight. And if you look at the Austin Trout fight in the pre-weigh-in, Canelo came in at 153. So um, I think Canelo, being his age, you have more flexibility. Your body's more durable. My friend he's about to join the Navy. Just for those of you that don't know what the fuck you're talking about, because I've already brought this up in previous videos. They're saying, oh, Mayweather's a hypocrite. Again, Pacquiao with the catch weights, I think he got excessive. In addition, he was catch weighting. It's just more extreme. That's the best way to put it. Pacquiao is catch weighting people that fight in his division, like Cotto or whoever. He's making them come down to even lower weights, things like that. And he did it more often, I would say. Um, Either that or had fighters coming up in weight, like Timothy Bradley. Marquez jumped up 2 weight classes. So it's a little bit different. And then for you non-educated boxing motherfuckers, let me just tell you this, because I've heard this a lot. A lot of people are like, oh, Mayweather made Marquez come up 2 weight classes and then he didn't make the weight. One thing you guys failed to bring up is Marquez called Mayweather out after the Juan Diaz TKO, after he stopped Juan Diaz or whatnot. In the post fight, he says, I want to fight Mayweather. I want to fight because he's the pound for pound best, and Pacquiao won't fight me. Marquez called Mayweather out. That's a fact. YouTube it. After the Juan Diaz fight, the first fight, he called Mayweather out. So Mayweather was retired. So Mayweather didn't make Marquez do shit. Marquez called Mayweather out while he was retired. And then aside from that, you have to also take into consideration Mayweather was retired and inactive from the sport for almost 2 years and did what he did against Marquez. So some people are like, oh, Marquez didn't, or Mayweather didn't honor his weight. But at the same time, there's a lot of different circumstances. So it is what it is. I just had to clarify that. Either way, Team Canelo saying they denied making the catchweight offer. Who knows? I don't really give a fuck. At this point, the fight has already taken place. And I mean, it is what it is. I'm just excited to see such a great fight card. And another thing people are bringing up, they're saying Mayweather's been distracted. There's a rumor that Mayweather's getting really distracted with all the women. I don't know. I'm not part of the money team. I'm not in this camp. I don't know exactly what's going on. But truthfully, everything to my understanding, that's something that's always been the case. He's always had hella women and tons of women on his staff and all kinds of stuff like that. I do find it funny that Miss Jackson, his quote-unquote fiance, has not even been mentioned. She was in the Guerrero All Access. She was all up on that. And I ain't heard shit from Miss Jackson, so I'm assuming they broke up and she kept the ring and she's back to modeling in videos. Anyway, my French bread pizza's done. Other than that, they showed like Mayweather's more flamboyant side, obviously. His cars, he has some dope ass cars. And he kind of went through the catalog and he said, oh, this is just my Vegas cars, not even including my LA cars or my Vegas cars. So he was doing the usual Mayweather flaunting. He also took like 50 of his money team members to a Lil Wayne concert. Lil Wayne looked high as fuck. Yeah, you know, when you're in the crowd and you don't make eye contact, you got tunnel vision. Anyway, other than that, they showed Adrian Broner post, like, because Adrian Broner's touring with Lil Wayne and some other rappers, because Adrian Broner's a rapper, and Broner looked fat, and Mayweather even called him out. He's like, damn, boy, you getting fat, you looking fat. Um, I think a lot of people underestimate Broner's actual size, like because they're talking about a Marcos Maidana fight. That motherfucker looks pretty big. He has no neck, and he looks pretty built, and he's obviously athletic, and he looked like he was easily like 163, 165 ish. He looked pretty big, and like I said, if the Marcos Maidana fight is made, I would love to see it. Marcos definitely has a chance because he has that equalizer power, but I don't think it's as easy as some people make it out to be with Broner and Maidana if they were to fight, especially when Maidana is slow and kind of plodding in his attack. He doesn't give you much mystery. You don't wonder what angle is he going to hit you from, like a Pacquiao or something. You know exactly what he's coming to do. It's easier to telegraph someone like that punches, especially if you have some respectable power yourself. We don't know if Adrian Broner has respectable power at welterweight because he was in against a slippery, tricky, crafty Paulie Malignaggi. But that's just my 2 cents on that. I don't want to get too far off. All Access Episode 3 it's really got me pumped for the fight. I want to see it. And that's really all I got to say. Let me know if you tune in what you guys thought of this. Floyd Mayweather versus Canelo, September 14th. How does this play out? As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.